to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed that last video. I just wanted to do a part 2 of I have cancer with an update so I can kind of tell you guys about the new chemo that I just started on and just kind of like my changes that I'm noticing in my body. And then I also want to share some products that I've been using that have been making chemo and cancer a little bit easier for me. So as you guys know, I was in the hospital for about 5 days over Thanksgiving weekend. I had a horrible allergic reaction to the chemo that I was on after my first round. That's all I had. I was on Taxol. It's for breast cancer and for other types of cancer, and it is through IV. As you guys know, before I started chemo, I had surgery to get this port put in my chest. So that they could give me my chemo through my port. If you're going through cancer and you do not have a port, I mean, it's different for everyone. Whatever works for you, works for you. But I would recommend getting the port. Every time I go to chemo, they just put some numbing cream on it and put a bandage. That way when they go to poke me for my IV, I don't feel it. It's easier on your body. And I mean, it takes a while to heal. I think it takes at least a month to heal all the way. Mine doesn't hurt when I touch it anymore, but the scar from the surgery is a little tender still. But the chemo that they switched me to after my allergic reaction is called Abraxane. My reaction that I had from the chemo was a rash here on my shoulders and my chest, and it was so red and just hot to the touch and just itched and hurt really bad. Every time my rash would flare up, I would get a fever. So I had a fever for about a week straight and it just would not go away. So I did end up getting admitted to the hospital Thanksgiving night, and they kept me till that following Monday morning. I also developed bronchitis while I was in the hospital just because the allergic reaction triggered it. So I have been on an inhaler. Anytime that I do get a cold or get bronchitis, I'm always on an inhaler. So this was just a little worse because I was having allergic reaction. But I'm already done with my steroids for bronchitis. I'm feeling so much better. I haven't had another allergic reaction to this new chemo that I started. I've already done 2 rounds since then. My chemo I get once a week. So I go every Wednesday to the cancer center for my chemo. My chemo time has been cut down from about like 3 hours, 4 hours, down to 45 minutes to an hour for my new chemo. It's a little bit faster. This chemo is Taxol's cousin chemo. And what it is they genetically removed all of the allergens out of the chemo so that you won't have those reactions. It's still an aggressive chemo and will get the job done, but it's just better. So that's one thing like I'm wondering is why do they start you on the Taxol first? I guess just to see if you're gonna have a reaction to it or not. And then why wouldn't they just start you on Abraxane? But I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But it just sounds like an all over better option for you because it doesn't have the allergens. It is faster working. Like I did some research on it. I did see the numbers, like the percentage. It does work faster on that tumor to shrink it, and your side effects are less aggressive. My side effects personally that I've been experiencing are very mild, and it's different for everyone. I did experience hair loss, so like shedding. So I did shave my head. You couldn't even tell that I was losing my hair because I naturally have very thick hair. Like I have a lot of hair. So my hair was shedding. It didn't, like you couldn't see bald spots or anything. I still look normal. But it's just the shedding is just too much. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to just shave my head. It's just hair. It'll grow back. And then light headaches, neuropathy in my feet, like from my knees down. And what that is just it'll be like achiness or tingling, kind of like a pinched nerve feeling, like just soreness in your joints and muscles. So my feet have been like a little achy, but it's nothing severe. It just feels kind of like when you're achy when it's about to rain or it's cold. A little bit of nausea. I have not thrown up this whole time since I started chemo. When I start to feel nauseous, if it's really bad, which is usually I've noticed, is Friday. So day of chemo, I feel just fine. Day after chemo, I feel great. And then Friday, I feel real tired and just kind of like down. And then Saturday, I start to pick back up and start to feel normal. Sunday, I'm back to normal. Monday, I'm good. Tuesday, I'm good. And back to chemo Wednesday. So that's just like how I've noticed like my symptoms or behaviors after chemo day. It's different for everyone. So I'm really just lucky right now. Like I said, for nausea, they do give you medicine to take home for that, and they give you some through your IV at chemo. So I'll pop one if I really feel nauseous. Some other things that help me when I feel nauseous is I'll eat bananas. I drink lots of water. The queasy drops, you can get those off Amazon. I'll show you those in a little bit. I smoke weed and I take CBD and I eat edibles. I'll have to do another video and show you guys like my cancer cocktail, like what helps me. But yeah, I mean, obviously like it's, just what works for me. But I'm going to show you guys what I carry with me, like to chemo, and like just some things that have been helping me. That way, if you're going through cancer or a family member's, then you can kind of get them these like as gifts. Or if you're going through this, then you don't even have to try to do trial and error on what's going to work for you, because maybe these will work. The Queasy drops I was talking about, you can get these off Amazon. They're just hard candies. You just type in Queasy drops or like nausea candy on Amazon. I keep these in my chemo bag. And my chemo bag is the bag I take to chemo, obviously, once a week. So I have it pre-packed with everything that I need for chemo. Same thing with, you want to also have a hospital bag packed just for emergencies. Because when you do have cancer, you will have hospital visits. You never know. Like, I didn't know I was going to have an allergic reaction. So packing a chemo bag and hospital bag, it's good. It's really good to already have that ready to go so you could just hit the door. Queasy drops in both bags. I also keep them in like whatever purse or backpack I'm using that day. You're also going to want this Emu Joy chapstick. You can get this off Amazon. It's unscented, unflavored, no petroleum. Chemo makes your lips and your skin super dry. When you're going through chemo, your body isn't producing those natural oils as much as it was, because you have to think of it as chemo is attacking the cancer cells from growing, but it's also attacking your good cells that are growing, like your fast growing cells, like your hair, your nails, your skin cells, stuff like that. So this is actually made for cancer patients. When you look it up on Amazon, it'll have like, it comes as like a cancer patient like bundle. So you'll get the chapstick, and then you'll also get the emu oil that comes with it, and that's for your skin. The oil is really rich. It's really good. So I do use that too. I found that it helps if you use it right after the shower. You always want to keep like a lotion in your bag, because like I said, your hands are going to be dry. One that I've been using the past 2 days is called Zeep and Zaya, I think Zaya P or something. But it's called Body Meringue. And my good friend Derek that owns Urban Routine Spa here in Wichita, him and his team, they're so kind. They gave me a care package. That's where I go to get my facials and any of like my self-care routine that I like to do. But he gave me this body meringue lotion, and you guys, I have not been able to find anything that works for my skin right now. And I don't have difficult skin. It's just the chemo is making my skin so dry. But you can pick this up at Urban Routine here in Wichita. I believe it's locally made. Just from the packaging, it seems like it. But they have different scents. This is candy cane. It smells so good. But he also gave me like a few other things, like a body scrub and like a whipped soap and a cute card and a bath bomb. I do want to tell you, if you do get a port put in, you want to wait till it's healed all the way before you do like any bath bombs or anything, because you want to keep that area clean. So mine's healed all the way now, so now I can do like baths and stuff like that. But this lotion is so good if you're going through cancer. Get it for anyone that's going through cancer. If you're going through it or whoever, like, you need this. Another thing you want to keep on hand are like towelettes or Kleenexes, stuff like that. You always want to keep those on hand. Also, you can get these vomit bags off Amazon. My good friend, she's one of my clients as well, got me these. They're just fuck cancer vomit bags. They're double lined and has like a little thing to seal the top. You're gonna want to put a few of these in your car, your chemo bag, your hospital bag, whatever bag you're carrying with you that day. I've been fortunate enough not to have thrown up yet from chemo, but I keep these on hand in case I ever need it or someone around me needs it. I have given these out to a couple people at chemo already. So you'll just keep that in your bag. You want to have other hard candies, like sugar-free ones are always good. You can get sugar-free Jolly Ranchers. Mints are really good. CBD mints are good. You're going to want to keep those in all your bags and your chemo bag. When you are getting your IV for chemo, they'll flush it with saline and you can taste it like in your mouth instantly. So right before they start, once they wipe my numbing cream off and they go to put my IV through my port, I already have a hard candy in my mouth. That way I can't taste the saline because it's very strong. And then they'll start your chemo. The Taxol was so strong, like I could taste the chemo in my mouth, like as I was getting it through the IV. So I have a hard candy in my mouth the whole time. This new chemo I'm on, I don't taste it as bad, but I do keep a hard candy in my mouth while I'm doing it. Another thing that has been helping me is the dry mouthwash. You're gonna want to rinse your mouth at least 4 times a day. And there's a mix that you can look up on Google. It's baking soda, salt, and warm water. You want to rinse your mouth with that at least 4 times a day. I rinse my mouth all day long and gargle like my throat, because with chemo you can get sores in your mouth or like a sore mouth, and the last thing you want is to get sores in your mouth and in your throat from the chemo, because then you're not going to be able to eat and you're going to be in pain. So I've been like on it, like I do not want to experience that. Another thing is you want to have like a fleece blanket packed in your chemo bag, because chemo, once it starts to go through your body, like through the IV, you get really cold. It's so weird. It's just like feels like ice cold water is being like pushed through your body. Another thing is you want to have like slippers packed in your bag, because your feet are going to be so cold. Most of the time I'll take my sneakers off at chemo and I'll have fuzzy socks on and slippers. And then my blanket. You can also get like a small pillow or like a neck roll or something. I take that with me and I prop it under my arm, like under here, like where my IV is and stuff. That way I'm just relaxed. Those are just some things that I've noticed like that have been working for me. And it's different for everyone. Like if your chemo time is 3 hours, 4 hours, and expect that for your first round of chemo, like you're gonna be there all day. They do let you take one guest with you. So I get to take a guest with me. They do have snacks there. Like sometimes I'll pack snacks in my bag to take with me. But other than that, I just have 9 more rounds of chemo left to do. And then I don't know if the doctor is going to want to run anything else through my IV. before I get surgery to get my tumor out. For my case, the doctor has not been pushing me to get a mastectomy. I will have to get, how do you pronounce it? A lymphectomy. I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, they're just going to take the tumor out and then tissue around it and the inside, and then probably a couple of my lymph nodes. My cancer is still going good, like it hasn't moved anywhere else. So we're just killing this freaking tumor right now. So they'll take all that tissue out in the tumor, and then they'll do radiation to make sure no other cells are like lingering around. And then if everything goes well, my breast surgeon should be able to just stick an implant in there to fill where that tumor is. But I have big boobs, like I've always had big boobs. So even going down a size is okay with me. Like if I have to get like a reduction or something and then get like a smaller implants in, I'll do that. I don't care. So luckily, like my boobs don't look weird or anything, because I feel like if I had smaller boobs and the tumor being there, like you would be able to see like that my boobs look different, but I have big boobs so you can't tell. Also, I've been experiencing like new symptoms, obviously each time I get chemo, like as I get further in my journey, like new things will pop up. I did notice today when I was shaving my legs that I hardly had any hair on my legs. And before, like, I would have to shave like every other day, like every day. So my body hair is hardly growing back. So I freaking love that. But the hair on my head is growing fast, but it's still shedding. It's so weird. I have not lost my eyebrows or lashes at all. Like they haven't been shedding or anything. So I'm hoping it stays like that. But other than that, if you guys ever have any questions, you guys can always comment below or DM me on Instagram, or if you have my number, you can text me. I'm still at home because of COVID. I'm hoping, the vaccine will help kind of calm COVID down. That way I can get back to work. Cancer is not stopping me, like, from physically being able to tattoo. Like, I can tattoo. I will work less. I'm thinking 1 tattoo a day and maybe work like 4 days out the week. Based on how I know how I feel throughout the week, I can kind of base my schedule off of that. It's really just COVID. Other than that, like, I'm sure you guys will be so happy to know, like, I'm not in pain right now. Like, my tumor isn't hurting anymore. My symptoms have been very mild, and I'm so grateful for that. Things I've been doing mentally to help me is having a routine. And I constantly tell myself, like, okay, every day is one step closer to being back to being healthy, and I'm almost done beating this. So I wake up every morning, I work out, make breakfast, and then I've been watching a lot of like motivational videos to start my day. So I'll watch a video about someone that already had beat cancer, or just something about like strength, stuff like that. I think it's very important to put that into your mind, especially early into your journey, when you're feeling really depressed and real down, because it's a life changer. Putting that in your head if you have a harder time coping with it. This isn't the end for you. It's not the end for me. Like, this isn't gonna stop me from anything that I have had planned. This is just a speed bump in my road right now. I'm gonna beat it. Everyone I talked to, like the nurse called me the other day, said, "Hey Gianna, I just want to check up on you and see how you've been doing since your hospital stay, blah, blah." She's like, "You sound great." She's like, "I can hear in your voice that you're such a strong woman and that you're going to beat this like nothing." And she doesn't even know me. But in my mind, I've already, like, I tell myself, like, I got this. Like, you know what? I'm sure there's people that go to chemo and they're dreading it. They're like, oh, I don't want to go to chemo today. In my mind, I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking like, man, I can't wait to go to chemo next week. Like, I can't wait. Each chemo that I finish, I'm getting closer to beating this. Like, it's killing the tumor, it's getting it out of my body, and I'm going to be back to how I was. My main focus is getting back to regular life, being healthy, and back to the grind. So surrounding yourself with a good support system. You don't need anything or anyone that's gonna, bring you any extra stress or anything like that, because your main focus is yourself and your health right now. It's okay to feel all the emotions that are gonna come with this. Trust me. In the very beginning, I was very sad. I was really sad, and I just felt like everything was being ripped out of my hands and I had no control. Now I feel like I have control because mentally I'm very strong, and I've set my mind to, like, this is what it is and I'm gonna beat it. And I'm hoping that me vlogging this is helping someone out there. I get a lot of messages from people all the time telling me, like, like, oh, I have cancer too, or this, and you inspire me or you help me. And I'm gonna take that as a positive of me getting cancer, is I am helping other people. If you've seen my other videos, I kind of talked about, like, when I first was diagnosed, I went to try and find stories and videos of people that I could relate to. So I really hope that you guys can relate to me. And it doesn't even have to be with cancer. Maybe you're going through a hard time in life right now, or you feel lost or down, whatever. Maybe my videos just make you laugh. Whatever it is, I'm here to help. And I just wanted to tell you guys thank you. I also want to say thank you to Ricardo, Mr. Sticker. You guys seen that Caesar helped come up with a design for my new merch for the G Life. It's a G we're doing, like, on crew necks. But we did start pre-orders for that, and he is going to make 30 shirts for me free of cost. That's $1,300 worth of merch. Oh, I'm gonna cry. It's $1,300 worth of merch that he's doing for me. And I've known Ricardo for a few years now, like, through art shows and stuff. And that, I just can't thank you enough. Like, that's just so kind of you. So many people, have brought me, like, care packages and left them on my porch. Just all kinds of things. Like, I'm someone that just, like, I'm such a baby. Like, I love gifts and I love to give gifts. So it's just very touching for me, and it just makes me really happy that the community that I care about, and clients and friends and family, that you guys are doing these things for me. It's just so crazy. And I love you guys so much, and I'm so thankful. But we're gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna try and do, updates on my treatment and stuff as much as I can. Obviously, like, if I'm in the hospital, it puts me back a little ways. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this helped you. And please reach out to me if you have any questions, or you just need someone to talk to, or you're going through cancer and you need a battle buddy. I'm here for you. But thank you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again for another video. Bye.